Trump just announced an economic trade war against China again, 100% tariffs, liquidations all around the crypto market. I think the biggest since FTX and the COVIDs. And no one knows what's happening, but I'm going to explain it to you. Let's get into it. All right, if you guys saw yesterday, markets essentially dumped 20 billions worth of liquidations. It says right here, 19.5 billion. That's the biggest ever, bigger than FTX in 2022, the last bear market, bigger than COVID, bigger than ever. But here's the timeline. 10:57, Trump kind of posts his threat. The Chinese president is basically threatening and sending threatening letters. He announces a 100% tariff on China. And boom, we wick all the way down. And then another wick down, this huge wick down, liquidating everyone essentially. I think all the weird coins that you hear of. Actually went to zero for a second. Bitcoin went to 105. I think this one says it went to 110. It was kind of weird where some exchanges it was 105, but others was 109. And then we're kind of around the 112. I think it's maybe around 111 now. And I don't know. It wasn't just a random market dump. I think this is a result of the Trump tweets, but also something in the background which might relate to these whales. Some sort of manipulation. While I know we like to believe that markets aren't manipulated, stock market's definitely manipulated, and crypto, since it's not as regulated, it's 100% more manipulated. So I think after that, Trump in the morning had said that he wasn't meeting with President Xi, but he actually said he still might meet him. He probably will meet him. I think this is just a strategy of just to threaten him and figure out if there's any sort of negotiation that can happen. So everyone's talking about the 100% tariffs, but I think the real story behind all of that is these rare earth metals or these elements. China essentially owns all these rare earth metals, and they've been on this for a long time, 1985, right? And they're essentially control all of them. And these metals are used in your iPhone chips, these AI data centers, even in our military, it's all these rare earths are used. So China is essentially saying, you can't have any of this. We're not going to help you because you're tariffing us, and kind of the trade war continues. But Trump really doesn't have any sort of backing here. He's trying his 100% tariff, but in reality, we need China. We exported all of our labor market to China. Everything that you see today is built in China, made in China. And all the factories have exported to China, and this is because of the US dollar hegemony. The US has to somehow scare China into giving them the earth metals, because we need this for our military, for our bullets, everything, for the security, our defense. And China makes it all. This chart, all red. US is there, second place. But yeah, thirds of the global rare earth metals productions in 2023 it was in China. Okay, so everyone on crypto Twitter, like Cousin Crypto, he says, I don't really get it. Trump announced tariffs for the 100th time. This has been a thing. But this time it caused the largest liquidation in history. What am I missing? Reality is, this smells of manipulation. There's a short put in by, if I go back to this chart, there was a short put in by a big whale right before Trump announced that it was a 100% tariff on China, and it dumped the whole market. So as much as we like to believe that everything is manipulated, it actually is. Stock market as well, not just crypto. I think crypto is more manipulated, but everything's manipulated, unfortunately. Here's another reason. So here's Max Kaiser's tweet. BlackRock bought 45,000 worth of Bitcoin at the bottom. That is literally the flash crash price of 105. And Larry Fink and BlackRock bought 45,000 Bitcoin at that moment. So, I mean, I say, except it's manipulated. You thought I was going to say you're welcome, but no. Okay. Another tweet by Coin Bureau. So there's another 19 billion in new shorts just piled up right after the crash. After the 20 billion that already happened, the 19 billion that already happened yesterday. This is crazy, guys. I mean, people love leverage. Shouldn't use any leverage. Just buy spot, relax. So here's a tweet just to put things in perspective. This is for all the gold bugs out there. Gold went up yesterday. I think it went up 1%. While everything was down, Bitcoin was down to 102 at some exchanges. That's Robinhood. And here's a Willy Woo. By design, Bitcoin is a global monetary ledger. They can't be effed with. Gold was the best we managed. In the old ages, Bitcoin's downside is that it's only 16 years old. What it is today is a global macro asset that serves as a canary in the coal mine for liquidity. Guys, you got to remember, Bitcoin is the most liquid asset. It can be sold 24/7, bought 24/7. So in terms of tweets and the world going down, it's actually the thing to sell. You can't sell your house that quick. You can't sell gold that quick. You can't sell your stocks even. Their stocks aren't open 24/7. So Bitcoin is the most liquid asset. Going back to leverage for really quick. Brian Armstrong, what are you doing, man? You're trying to wreck people. September 3rd, this is before this, but essentially he said, we just leveled up our futures to 50x leverage. So all the degens, welcome on in. 100x, 50x. What's the difference, man? Going 100x. It's crazy. All right. So all this say, don't use leverage. Buy spot Bitcoin. And remember the first rule of Bitcoin, you never sell your Bitcoin. As Donald Trump said, you never sell your Bitcoin. Crypto fear and greed index. It's at 35. Everyone's fearful. I like to see it on the reds because that's when I love buying. But it's going that way. And yesterday was biggest liquidations and Bitcoin didn't even go under 100K. Come on, guys. I mean, this was pure manipulation. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Was this manipulation or was this really just the tweets? We've seen this back in April. And it definitely dipped the market, but I don't know if it was this bad. This was, some of these were just at zero, literally. Guys, hold Bitcoin. Altcoins they're called shitcoins for a reason, guys. Okay? I'm sure there's some in there that are they're actually useful, but most of them you gotta really figure out, which ones are actually looking at. But I'm going to leave you off with this. First rule of Bitcoin, never sell your Bitcoin. Good night, everybody.